Today we take on West Brom in another huge match at the bottom of the table. Form has not picked up at all since the last video. We've also had a request for a contract rejected by the board. But we did sign a player from Real Madrid, as you do. Welcome back to the channel then. It's episode 7 of Who to Be a Terrier with Huddersfield Town, and it's looking like it could be a very limited series. So as I said in the intro, we did approach the board, we did approach Dean Hoyle for a new contract. It got rejected. We didn't get the offer, so that's not looking good. We're at the start of March, so things are not looking great. What we will do is we'll get straight into the transfers and then we will have a look at the form and the table. As I said, very, very interesting signing. First bit of news to bring you is this one for Tom Ince, who has left the club. He's only been with us for, 6 months? Joined us in the summer, of course, from Derby, and Leicester came in on deadline day, pretty much maybe the day before, and they only offered around about 5 or 6 million. So we immediately went and said we want 10, plus all the extras that they'd added on. We wanted 10 million up front. They came back, I think they offered about 6.5, and so we said we want 9.75 or something like that, plus all the add-ons, and they accepted it. So we let him go. He wasn't a first choice. He had made 20 appearances, 19 starts and 1 off the bench in the league. Only scored 1 goal, hadn't played in either of the cup competitions, and he wasn't pulling up any trees, like an average rate of 6.63. So I didn't want to sell him, but we got good money for him. We made a profit of him in just a few months. So disappointed to let him go, but we have replaced him, I think, pretty well. Let's show you who's come in. This is the first guy. We've actually signed 2 Spaniards. So this is the first guy, Fidel. We've brought him in from Almeria. He's a left winger. He can play. You can see he could play quite a few different positions. He's not particularly strong, but he's pretty quick, and he's got some good dribbling and some good crossing. I'll be honest, I was kind of thinking of next season in the Championship with this signing, because the stats are very, very average for Premier League, but I think could be really, really good for Championship. And when we've got Eunice coming in as well on a freebie, if we're still at the club, which is looking less and less likely each passing week, I think we'd have 2 really good left wingers. And this is the other one. Just look at who we got from Real Madrid. We signed wonder kid Borja Mayoral on loan. Now, he's my director of football. I still have him set to find players, even though it's me in this save that finalises all the contracts, finalises all the deals. I still like my director of football to get out there, because I learned from FM17, your director of football can find you some real bargains. But I always, unless I'm doing the director of football challenge, I always have the final say on it. And we lost Steve Mounier and Laurent Depoitre to injury within a day or 2 of each other. So my Duff was out there straight away and brought in this guy, and he did score in his debut, funnily enough, and he has hit 2 goals in 6 appearances so far. Not brilliant average rating at the minute, but he's added a little bit of something up front. He is only 20. Mounier and Depoitre are now both back, which is great news, but I was really, really pleased to get this guy in. If I could get him permanently, that would be fantastic. And this makes for very, very depressing viewing, doesn't it? So this was the Southampton game from the last video, of course, and just look at that horrific run of form. Defeats to Newcastle, to Manchester United, to Stoke. 5-0 away at Stoke was absolutely shocking. The worst defeat of the series so far. And I mean, we've conceded 6 and 7 before now. Tottenham 4-1 at home, absolutely battered again. The Liverpool game at home was superb. It really, really was. Borja Mayoral scored, Philip Billing and Elias Kachunga, but we just got done. It was 4-3 going into injury time, and then they scored twice in injury time. So we pushed them all the way. It was a really, really good performance, but their quality shone through. We then changed formation and went to a 4-3-3, which I think I'm going to go with today, away at Burnley, and we won 2-0. Mika Obiero, who I had to bring up because of injuries. He's a young kid. I'll show you him in a second. He scored an absolute brilliant goal. Left-footed, dragged it across the keeper into the far corner. Absolutely superb goal. Not long after coming off the bench as well. And then Steve Mounier also scored very late on as well to wrap up the points. You can see on the right there, Ashley Westwood was sent off after just half an hour. So we were playing a long time against 10 men, and thankfully we were able to make it count. We then went away to Everton, again with this 4-3-3. Danny Williams put us in front after just 7 minutes, but we couldn't see the game through. We couldn't get another goal. We ended up losing 2-1, but it was a promising performance. And up against West Brom today, I'm very, very confident that we can get the win. But time is running out. As you can see, we have sunk to 20th in the division. West Brom have been on a really good run of form coming into this. You remember they were bottom. They are now outside the relegation zone, and they are 4 points above us, which is massive. It makes today's game massive. If West Brom come to us and win, considering Burnley are on 33 points and Swansea are on 35, we're not catching either of them two. The only team we can catch is West Brom, and it's going to be an uphill struggle with 6 games to go. We need at least, you've got to say, we need at least 4 wins out of 6 games. It's looking very, very unlikely that we are going to maintain our Premier League status. And if they don't give me a new contract, that could see this season end, this series end, after just 1 season. Here is the young kid then, Mika Obiero. He's made 3 appearances now for the first team, all off the bench, and he has scored that 1 goal at Burnley, which was fantastic. But you can see he looks fairly decent. 3-star potential ability for this team. If we drop down into the Championship, we may well see that increase, of course. He's not very physical, not great physically, but decent dribbling, decent finishing, decent heading, considering his jumping reach is awful, and he's only 5'10", so from a standing position, he's good in the air. The acceleration and the pace are not too bad at the moment. The agility is okay. The natural fitness is rather pleasing at 14. So hopefully his stamina and his strength will improve. He is only 17. I had no plans at all to give this guy any first team minutes this season, but I'm quite glad I did in the end, because, you know, for him to get a goal, a couple of appearances under his belt, really rather good, because he's scored goals in the under-18s and whatever non-competitive games they are. I assume they're friendlies for the under-23s and under-18s. But he looks like he could be quite useful going forward. Here's the 4-3-3 that we have been going with then. So we've got quite a few strikers at the club at the minute, with the likes of Kachunga and Kwana that can play up there, and obviously bringing in Mayoral, and now we've got Mounier and Depoitre involved as well. I will be honest, it is one that I've had downloaded from Steam for quite a long time, but I've been tweaking it and tinkering with it. As you can see on the right there, it's called the 4-3-3 work in progress. So it's quite a good formation. It's obviously it's narrow. There's no wingers on there. The fullbacks are wing backs, but it's set to retain possession. It's set to hit early crosses, of course, with the wing backs getting forward. It's flexible formation, but with them to stick to positions. I know that sounds quite counterintuitive, doesn't it? Flexible shape, using the offside trap and a sweeper keeper. And you'll notice that it's Joel Coleman playing at the minute, because Jonas Lörsel has just been letting in every shot that comes at him, really. And he's not suited to sweeper keeper either. So this is the lineup as well we're going with. You can pause it if you want to have a look at those instructions a bit more. So it's Joel Coleman in goal, Scott Malone, Terence Congolo, Zanka and Tommy Smith at the back, Philip Billing, Danny Williams and Jake Hesketh in midfield, and then Mounier, Mayoral and Depoitre up top. Really, really hoping that this massive change in formation, massive change in approach to the game is going to spark something in the team and get us some much needed points, and maybe just that little sliver of hope that we can stay up. It's a 4-2-3-1 from West Brom, and Danny Sturridge is up top. And how has that happened? How have West Bromwich Albion got Andre Gomez? He's on loan from Barcelona. That's just ridiculous. Wow. West Brom have lost their last 2 matches, so I'm hoping we can make it 3 in a row. We've been terrible as well, of course. Surely we can get at them. We can get goals. We just need a little bit of confidence. We just haven't been able to put any sort of form together to this season, and it's a real shame. So we're going to go out and say calmly, we owe West Brom. Go out there and get revenge. It's gone down pretty well. Come on, boys, get us 3 points. If you don't, we're as good as down. We need a win. Pre-match huddles are coming to an end. We are ready to go. We just await the kick-off, and there it is from Laurent Depoitre. This is such a big game. I've been waiting for ages to record this video. It's been in the back of my head for so long because we've been having a lot of work done in the house, a lot of decoration and all sorts of stuff going on. So I haven't been able to get into the rooms to record. Here we go with the corner. Steve Mounier is going to pick it up. So hopefully we'll be able to pick up the schedule a little bit more as we go forward. Of course, with this save or another one, who knows? But let's see what we can do here. Here's Philip Billing with a throw-in. Scott Malone into Mayoral. Lovely touch there to Williams. Back to Mayoral and Williams, Mounier and Hesketh. Oh, he hit his own man there, didn't he? And Evans has cleared. Nasser Chadley can bring it away for West Bromwich Albion. Plays it in for Danny Sturridge, and we tidy up at the back well. What a clearance from Coleman. And a great ball on from Mounier to Depoitre. Gets it across. Andre Gomez is going to take this free kick, and he's fired it straight into the hands of Joel Coleman. So this is the Friday night game. It seems to be quite a regular thing in this save, more regular than it has been in real life. So it's a real opportunity for us to put points on the board and send a message to our relegation rivals. But Coleman has been called into action again there. On the block, it's a bit of a scramble going on, and Gibbs is finally offside. We got away with one a little bit there, didn't we? So you can see we desperately need the win. Win would put us on 25, which would bring us to within a point of West Brom, and that is something we desperately need. Here's Tommy Smith with the cross, and Mayoral's header, and what a save from Ben Foster to keep it at 0-0. What a chance that was for Borja Mayoral to get his 3rd of the season, and we might have another one here. Oh, Mayoral is shot blocked this time. Congolo plays it back to Billing. Lovely clip in, and Ben Foster is out to claim it. Hesketh with the free kick from deep towards the edge of the area. Depoitre beaten in the air, but it's back with Hesketh now. He's going to hit one. Did that get a block on it? It did. It's a corner. Been a fairly encouraging performance. Been a decent game. Both sides looking quite dangerous when they get the chance to go forward. Here's Danny Williams back to Hesketh. Lovely ball. In it goes. Mayoral is beaten to it by Johnny Evans. The nerves are building in the John Smith Stadium. A draw on the face of it wouldn't be an awful result, but time is running out and we do not have time to drop any sort of points. You can see a couple of their players are looking really tired as well. Hopefully that will have some impact later on in the game. Good run from Scott Malone to get some space. Depoitre beaten in the air again. Come on, man, you're a big lump. How are you getting beaten in the air? Hesketh plays it in, and Depoitre's there this time, and again, and we have the lead on the half hour. Laurent Depoitre puts the rebound away from his header that was parried by Foster, came straight back to the big Belgian, and we have a crucial lead. It's a brilliant goal. Hesketh here clips it across. The header there from Depoitre might have hit the post actually, but he got there first for the rebound, and it's 1-0. Ben Foster thumps the clearance upfield. Danny Williams gets back to win the header, but it's out with Matt Phillips on the right. Stay with him, Scott. Stay with him, Scott. Oh, he's beaten him, and Danny Sturridge is there, and it's into the side netting. Big chance for West Bromwich Albion. Here we go, another highlight. There has been highlight after highlight so far. What a game. Chadley got Gibbs coming up on the left into Andre Gomez. Morrison, one of those who's looking really tired, James Morrison. Williams, lovely foot in, lovely tackle. Forward for Depoitre now. The counter is on, which is the mentality, of course, of this formation. But we've lost the ball, and here's Andre Gomez for Morrison. Back with Gomez. Out to Kieran Gibbs. Come on, down the line for Chadley. Oh, he's got past his man, and there's Phillips, and what a save. Coleman with the clearance up to halfway. Mounier's taking that well. Steve Mounier back heel to Billing. Hesketh. Lovely ball out to Tommy Smith. Here he goes. Tommy Smith crosses looking for Mounier. He's gone for goal. Oh, what a header from Steve Mounier. Didn't look like he was going to be able to score with that. He must have put some real power into that header. What a header that is. It looked like he should have headed that back across goal. Let's have a look at it here. Smith goes across. Look. Doesn't look like he should be able to score from there. But what a header from Steve Mounier. And it's 2-0. Hesketh to take the corner. Goes outside to... Oh, Billing. What a hit from Philip Billing. Cannons off the underside of the bar. That was a huge hit from Billing, wasn't it? What a strike from the Dane. And unfortunately comes off the underside of the bar. And obviously the referee's watch didn't buzz for the goal, did it? Here's Phillips to Sturridge. Don't let them get back into it this late in the half. Neom to Gomez. Morrison. They don't really deserve to be 2-0 down, do they? Really? I think they'll feel hard done by. Sturridge can't get his head around that. It's half time. It's 2-0. It's going better than I could have ever expected. We've been brilliant. West Brom have looked really good as well, really threatening when they've got forward. But we have scored 2 really good goals. Depoitre reacting to his own rebound, and then what a header from Steve Mounier. That was sensational. So it's really good to see those two getting on the score sheet. And we're going to stay calm in the team talk. We're just going to say that you might be winning, but that could all change. Don't let it happen. Don't let your performance levels drop. Just stay calm. No need to stress them out. They've gained focus. They look motivated. Let's just go out there and let's finish the job. Danny Sturridge kicks the second half off for West Brom then, and they will be coming out and looking to get points. A win for them could be could be crucial. They really could do with the win. Zanka clears the ball away there. Here's Depoitre. And as I said before, a defeat for us would all but condemn us to the Championship. This 2-0 win this 2-0 lead is absolutely huge. Of course, the other teams are still to play today or this weekend, so we'll show you those before we sign off the video. We'll go through so we know where we stand going into the next episode. As Morrison plays the ball across to Chadley, in it goes Morrison again, and it's 2-1. James Morrison volleys in, and it's a counter-attack goal of the highest quality. A lovely sweeping pass from Morrison here, out to the other flank to Chadley, and then Chadley gives it him back, and Morrison tidily puts it away. Ben Foster takes a kick out to Neom. Matt Phillips now, lovely back heel to Jakob. Andre Gomez. Oh, I thought we could have snipped the ball off him there. Just in case you're wondering as well, by the way, Aaron Moy is injured and he's out for about 6 weeks, so he could potentially miss the rest of the season, which is absolutely heartbreaking. He might just be back towards the last couple of games of the season if we've still got something to play for. Scott Malone with a free kick here. Goes for goal on a flying save from Ben Foster. Midway through the second half, and we are making a double change. Jonathan Hogg is coming on as the ball-winning midfielder for Danny Williams, and Borja Mayoral is coming off. He's been, I don't really recall him doing an awful lot at all. A 6.4 is his rating. Elias Kachunga coming on as the spearhead of that front three. Let's see if they can make a difference and wrap up the points here. The nerves are building. Billing in midfield, Scott Malone. So Alex Pritchard has come on. We brought him on in a very unfamiliar position in central midfield, taking Jake Hesketh off. But here's Tommy Smith with a good run, and Phil Billing. Oh, he came from nowhere to get the header. It's a good save. It's still alive. Tommy Smith, Alex Pritchard, Depoitre tackled and cleared in the end. Oh, that was a good save. But Billing came steaming in from nowhere, didn't he? Here's Kieran Gibbs with the throw-in. Chadley, forward for Sturridge. Back for Kieran Gibbs. Come on, lads. I don't want to be seeing West Brom highlights at this moment in the game. It is 2-1. Oh no, and Phillips is in. What a tackle, but it's going to break for Andre Gomez. And a brilliant save from Joel Coleman, and then Tommy Smith as well. But it's been fired in by Daniel Sturridge there into the bottom corner. It's been coming. Oh, that is heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking. The points have gone. Good head down by Chadley. Sturridge fires in. We're back to the bottom of the league. The points are draining away from us here. The time in the season is draining away from us. Can we get our noses in front again here? We can't put the passes together, and they're going to win it here. They're going to win it here, aren't they? Tommy Smith has cleaned it up. Come on then, Mounier, Kachunga, Departure's on the move. Oh, he's got it now from Tommy Smith. Back to Smith. Hogg. Oh, why has it fallen to Johnny Hogg? Into stoppage time. We have 3 of the 4 minutes left. Here's Kachunga. Steve Mounier, and Departure's in. Oh, what a tackle. Just as Departure was about to shoot, he had to take the touch. He couldn't hit it first time, and that allowed the challenge to come in, and Foster comes and claims a corner. Oh, that was it. That was the moment. That was the chance. Oh, we're going to get another one. We've got just over a minute to go. Here's Scott Malone. Lovely ball. Oh, rubbish cross though. It's back with Phil Billing. Oh, he's had a couple of chances, hasn't he? He's had that header. He had that vicious shot off the underside of the bar as well, didn't he? He could have got us the goal that sealed the points. Oh, we have thrown away a 2-goal lead here. That is... it's heartbreaking. It is absolutely heartbreaking, because you've got to say that is likely to see us down now. Have we got a free kick to defend? Pritchard heads away and Gibbs on the volley. Coleman down to save. That would have been just an absolute disaster. Joel Coleman did well and clears it forward. Mounier beaten. There's not going to be anything else here. This is just going to peter out into the final whistle. And I'm absolutely distraught again. It's just been such a tough season. It really has. And final whistle goes, and it is finished 2-2, and that one feels like a defeat. It really does. Absolutely heartbroken at that. It looked for all the world that we were going to get a win, and denied late on by Danny Sturridge. I don't know what to say. I mean, this is the other thing as well. A lot of the players are looking nervous, and during the match, I tried encourage team talk. I tried a calm down team talk, and it just never made any impact on any of the players that were looking nervous. Do those touchline shout-outs actually make any little bit of difference at all? Because I am increasingly thinking that they don't, because they don't, quite frankly. Well, we're just going to stay calm, and I'm going to say you were unlucky, because that feels like a defeat. That horrible disappointment then has left us rooted at the bottom of the Premier League table. We're now 5 points adrift of Everton, who have climbed into 17th thanks to a 1-0 win at Swansea. Brighton lost at home to Tottenham, so they're still catchable, but it is looking really, really tough. Our final game of the season is at home against Brighton. That will be the next video. We'll have a look at the schedule in a minute. We've got Arsenal and Man City coming up. We've got, I think it's Swansea and Watford as well. So it's looking really, really desperate. At the end of the day, even if we won all 5, we'd just be up to 38 points, which would be the point per game ratio, which in fairness probably would keep us up. But it's not going to happen. We're not going to win all 5. We've only won 5 out of 33, so we're not going to win 5 out of 5, are we? Let's face it. We are going down. There is no question about it. It's whether I can persuade the board to give me a chance to get us back up, which will leave this whole series. It'll determine what happens with it. Bizarrely, I've still really enjoyed this series, this season, making it. I've really enjoyed the challenge of playing this team this season. It's not gone well, it has to be said. It certainly hasn't gone as well as it has in real life. I think we're about 12 points worse off than we are in real life at the moment at this stage of the season. So it's not going well. Let's have a look at the schedule then. So as I say, we've got Swansea away coming up, then Watford at home, Man City away, Arsenal at home, and then Brighton. It's away, the Brighton game, of course, because we played them at home on camera, didn't we, a couple of episodes ago. So, yeah, the next video is going to be Brighton. I'm assuming it's going to be a say goodbye to the Premier League. It will probably also involve definitive contract talks with the board maybe, and probably end up with either me staying on or quitting. But it should be a definitive end to the season, possibly a definitive end to the series as well. There's a lot of red there, isn't there? That makes for depressing viewing. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you did enjoy that, even out of sympathy for that horrible way that we've just thrown away 2 points and possibly our Premier League status, smash that like button for me, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already and turn on those notifications. Jump in the comments as always and follow me on Twitter at GamerJamesFM, and I will see you very soon for potentially the last episode in this potentially short series. See you soon for it, guys. Bye-bye.